Welcome to the show. Today we are building a PC for a good friend of mine, Mr. Ryan McCaffrey of IGN fame. For folks who may not know who he is, Ryan runs a Tesla podcast. He's also just a huge gamer. I built his PC. It's like going on 3 years ago now. So let's talk about what we're putting inside of this PC today. So first and foremost, we got our CPU. It's the Ryzen 7 9800X 3D. Don't worry, we are doing a 9950X 3D build. It's in the plan. Don't worry about it, it is coming. But anyway, Ryzen 7 90, but this is a commission build for our fine friend, Ryan McCaffrey. Inside of that, we're using the B650 Plus Wi-Fi. So B650 Plus Wi-Fi, you guys know I like this board. Should be, more than cool, all that sort of stuff. So should look nice. And at the same time, I use this for like our 9800X 3D budget build. It's just one of those great kind of price for performance and features kind of boards right there. So let's see. Let's talk about storage. So we got two drives. We've got a 1 terabyte MP600 Pro NH. That's our main primary drive. And then we've got a 4 terabyte 990 Evo Plus. So this will be his game drive. So he has plenty of room for the gaming. So if you want to play Assassin's Creed Shadows, Avowed, any of those games, he's got plenty of room for doing that stuff. We got 32 gigs of 6,000 mega transfer RAM right there. That's Corsair Vengeance. Again, because we're using the Corsair 3500X and this is an iQOO system, which I really actually like to use iQOO Link systems for commission builds. Main reason being is they're just very easy to do management and then do your own maintenance and stuff like that. So that's why we have a lot of Corsair parts, is because we're doing Corsair iQOO Link. For cooling, we're using the brand new Corsair iQOO Link Titan 360 RX RGB. You've seen me do the review on this thing. Not as easy as the H150i, but perfectly capable cooler. Has all the RX 120, so we'll be using RX 120 fans to make sure we fill the one rear slot. This is the ARGB model, the iQOO Link ARGB model, so we actually have the actual fans in here already. So then we have like our one rear fan. There it is, the RX 120 RGB fan, which, oh, it almost looked like it was upside down. So there it is, the RX 120 RGB fan. And then for power supply, we're using the RMX Shift series. This is the Shift 1000 watt. This is the one that pops out of the side, so it makes it a little easier for doing that, so that should be cool. We do have some cable extensions for this, but I do actually really like these PSUs, and 1000 watts is gonna be perfectly capable for cooling. It's Robeytech debut right here. The, well, let's see how we do it. This is the MSI Suprim RTX 5080. So that's what we're gonna actually be using for the build right here. So the Suprim 5080, which we haven't used on the show yet. And I knocked over, how did I do that? I knocked over all the CPU and stuff. Here we go. Let's get the CPU back up. We need all the part shots there. There we go. We're essentially good to go. So this is all of the parts going inside of this case right here, which is the Corsair 3500X. This is the iQOO Link version, and then we're going to be doing an iQOO Link build, which is cool. So that's just, this is all the parts, guys. This is everything going in here. There we go, right there. Okay, cool. Let's go to top down here. Okay, popping that in there, drop it down. Boom, pops in. We've aligned the corner. We're good to go. Okay, so there's our first part. Let's get our, I do not have the thing because it's in testing right now, so we do not know RAM clicks, guys. So unfortunately, we're gonna pop these in here for now, just to get it working, then we'll switch them out to 64 gigs. Oh, that was a good click. So there's our first one right there. There we go. There we go. Okay, let's see. Let's get the parts out here. Here we go. Case time. Okay, let's pop this in here. Ugh. If this is the right screw for this. Find out here. It is not going into the hole. Okay, so that's not the right screw for that. I did not make the right choice there. Must be these ones, maybe? There's only 2 of these screws, so maybe it's these ones. Feels like it's going in, guys. That did not, oh, it has to go the other way. Let's screw it in the other way. So we have to go to side camera. Ugh. Side camera. Oh, come on. Okay, let's do this one more, 30 more times until it's correct. I think I've got it, guys. I think success is happening. I have successfully installed the sag bracket, maybe? Okay, we've done it. Okay, let's do this other one. I think we've done it. It's screwing, it's doing its thing, I think. Hey, we've done it. We've installed the sag bracket. Look at that. Aren't you blown away at my installation prowess? Okay, so we have all of our Mobos in. Our cables are in. Our anti-sag bracket is in. Feels like the world is coming together, ladies and gentlemen. The world is coming together. We'll move on to putting in our other fans, right? Top down! We gotta take our front panel header here. Plug that in right there. Look at that, amazing! Never have you seen a front panel plugged in so beautifully. Then we're gonna go over here. This is our USB cable. No, this is our USB cable. And there's literally a thing that says USB, and I didn't route it to the same place. We're not gonna do that right now. We're gonna do this HD audio first. That's gonna go over here in the far right-hand corner. Boom! HD audio has been plugged in. America is safe again, guys. America is safe again. Okay, let's pull this down, and we're gonna route this to a different location. Pull this side out. We're gonna pull this terrible cable that I misplaced. Whoa, there it is. We'll take this one and we're just gonna route it to this other hole closer. So all I did was just switch it over. And now, we're gonna plug it into our USB spot. USB spot's right there. Get out of the way, extra cable. And you're gonna go right there. Okay, so now our IQ Link system is plugged in. And boom, all of our front panel connectors are plugged in. We got our USB 3, USB-C, we have our front panel connector, USB 2 for IQ Link, and then HD audio all plugged in. And that is it, guys. There it is. The PC as it sits right now, looking mighty delicious. If you guys would say this PC is a food, what would you call it? What would you call the PC? If this was a food, if you had to describe it as a food, what kind of food would you call it? I might actually leave this one alone Main reason being is that then you could stick something here, which I think looks nicer, versus just putting a fan here that really has no real purpose. So I think, so here we go, guys. Look it out, using the new knife, Ooh, cuts like butter. There we go. There we go. There it is. Now we just need to throw in our cable. Best way. Sorry, now that I think about this. Let's take this out, just as a little attention to detail thing. And something you can do with these is pull this out and flip it over. There we go. So that way the logo is actually the right direction. There we go. So then now I have the logos being the right way, which makes me happy. So I'm just gonna throw that up there for now. Okay, so now we're gonna grab our AIO. Get that installed. This I won't need, this I won't need. The rest of this stuff is all, I could potentially need it. So it's coming together. It looks really good. I'm really happy with how it's coming out. Just looking at the how stuff is looking and feeling, and so I think it's going to look really good when it's all said and done. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, top down, we'll pull these, pull that, there we go. Okay, so now if I do this side, I think I use this cable right there, and this will go down and into the rear fan. This cable, actually, I think I'll be okay because this cable goes off the top and then up. I gotta figure out where the pump cable, where I run it. Because now it's one thing that's a little bit different about this versus the other one is that the pump cable is not, it's not automatically run in. So you have to run a cable off the pump, which is kind of a little bit of a bummer. The other thing too that I really actually appreciate about the new Titan is they made it way more malleable for the new IQ Link cables are way more malleable than the old ones. Okay, cool. There we go. Here we go. Build's looking good, guys. Oh, it's supposed to go on the side. Okay, cool. Okay, we have pre-applied thermal paste. Okay. Yeah, so pump to hub, but the thing is that I don't know how the fans are plugged because the fans need to get running. So right now the top fans are connected to the rear fan, but I still need to be able to get the, so I'm like, it's not like the other one where you had that little hub. There was another hub on the H150i. So I'm trying to realize like, so if this plugs in, like how does this actually has a connection. So I would need to, like this is plugged into the hub. So what I could do is I could run this one up and then plug it into the hub, which would probably make the most, so this is, it's daisy chained to the bottom fan, and then the fan, this would go into the AIO. Okay, so let's do that. So to get this in, because we need this, I guess the best thing to do, I could do it off of the bottom here, which would probably make the most sense. Okay, so here's what I do. Here's what I do. So it goes here. Yeah, this is what I'm gonna have to do. Okay. So top here. So it'll go bottom here. I think I'm gonna have to go like this. And run this from the cable on the side there. And it's black, so you shouldn't be able to see it. And then that'll make sure that when I do the, okay, so that looks pretty clean. Then what we'll do is we'll just take this, and then this will run to the top fans, and then that's everything. Go to the right-hand side over here, find the plug. Right there, and route this up here. And now, there's our IQ system, our IQ Link system's all hooked up right. Okay, now all of our IQ Link is done, and it looks good. Okay. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, let's go ahead and get our cable extensions in, then we'll plug in our PSU. So we're doing the shift PSU, which is kind of nice. Actually, why don't we just put that in now, because we don't have to worry about being crazy here. So the shift is actually really nice for a build like this. So grab our shift, get it in. Got some more zip ties. So the reason I like this build is because of this. So the thing that's really cool about the shift is that the shift has all the plugs on the side, so I can get it in and then worry about the plugs afterwards versus plugging it all in and making sure there's room for it. Pop this in. Just when you cable manage is really easy. Okay, so I'm gonna have to set this up though, because it has to line up on the back here. Let's go to our side shot. So we're not gonna tighten these down. That's always my advice to you, is just put the screws, start the screws, and then tighten them down once you have all the screws in. There we go. And now that I have them all in, use our handy dandy wow stick and tighten them down. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we have this in, we have everything loaded. What we do is take this, wow, they have so many cables here. And we have these little mini connectors. There we go. There we go. And we don't have any SATA. We do have a CPU one, so we'll plug that in next. And then we have our 12 pin we got to do, but that's kind of it here. Here's our CPU. And then we need one PCIe. So I'm going to get these out of the way. So this is for the GPU. Go. One more. Okay. Okay, there's all of our cables thus far. Those are my favorite. IQ Link obviously adds a little bit more complexity with this one, but for the most part, there we go. Now I have all my cables here. So I gotta plug this in. This is the only reason I needed this cable. Okay. So we'll figure out the rest of this here in a minute. We're just putting it here for now. Then we have our CPU, and then I'm gonna run our main cable here, up and in. Oh no, I get it stuck, there we go. I get it stuck, there we go. Okay, there we go. So there's our GPU one, and then let's get our cable extensions plugged in. There we go. Okay, let's grab our cable extensions. Okay. We're using red and black mix for this. Okay, so we're just gonna get these on. Get some cable management done on this, and then put in a GPU, and Bob's your uncle. Maybe Bob's not your uncle. But if he was, that's what you'd say. GPU time. Okay, there we go. Now this has got a nice little MSI thing, but we don't actually have to use it. Because we got one built into the case. Okay. You can peel this off. Whoa, that whole thing came off. Okay, you guys ready to see the big chungus, like fill this entire thing here? There we go, okay. Tighten it. That'll help that. So that won't sag. And then, the build is done. Look at that. There we go. Okay. Get that out of the way. Let's peel this. Need that. Okay. Okay, power in. Then we have our, there's that. There's that. Okay, perfect. And there is this. We're going to disconnect our DisplayPort because you guys want to see it boot. It's always the fun. Flipping power on. See, do we see any power or anything on the board? Not so far. 3, 2, 1 though. Boom! Now, I'm not surprised about the light. Oh, nope, they just all turned on at the same time. File advanced, 10 minutes, multi-core starting right now. Okay, here we go. So it's gonna keep it 80, low 80s, which is fine. There you go. It spins up a little bit. It's not running at full right now. So fan speeds are like 1,000 right now. So yeah, but keeping it 80, low 80s. So still headroom, which isn't going to be a problem. Gaming is not going to be anywhere near this. Yeah, no, this is fine. Yeah, 80, 83. So again, it'll stay in the low 80s. So that's under load, so no problem there. Got FirmArc. Okay, there we go, FirmArc. We're gonna run it at 30, well, no, not 4K, we'll run it at 1440 with a 5080. We'll run full screen, and then we'll just hit run. And then, by the way, they did fix this now. So GPU temp sitting at 53, VRAM is at 46. See there, it is right there, 54 degrees. So not having any issue there in terms of keeping the GPU quite nice and cool. 5080 does a really good job of keeping itself cool anyway. It's like a GPU temp slowly rising, but saying 57, 58. I think if we let it soak for about 10 minutes, it might get into the 60s, but let's check some gaming temps real quick. Now, before I get too far, I just want to show you this real quick, because you guys might be like, hey, Robey, how does this thing actually run games? Well, it's a 9800X 3D, a 9800X 3D RTX 5080, and funny enough, we actually, if you go over to Robeytech.com, and you go here, and you go to budget builds, we have this 5080 budget build, but here's actually how this performs at 1440p and 4K. So you can see here, God of War Ragnarok, 171 frames per second at 1440p. This is native, 117 at 4K. Cyberpunk 2077, 146 at 1440p native, 80 at 4K. And then Hogwarts Legacy. So we actually have all of the performance numbers here for these different games, right? So we actually have that. And then again, if you want to scroll down and just see how it is, because we've done all this stuff, the testing, here is a 9800X 3D with 4K and 1440p ray tracing. So Metro Exodus, 156, Marvel Spider-Man, 128, Dying Light, 132, Cyberpunk 2077, 89, and you got 50 at 4K, this is max. Black Myth Wukong 70, and then 39, and then Alan Wake 2 67 and 38, and this was without multi-frame gen. This is just with DLSS. So there's your performance numbers in terms of how it runs in gaming. Just waiting for it to load. Okay, so let's check out just gaming temps and gaming performance. So we'll go to, whoa, that's an interesting, that's new. Settings, let's go to graphics. Go to video, we're gonna turn full screen, run at 1440p. Graphics here, we're gonna do ray tracing ultra, DLSS super resolution. Let's gonna set it to balanced. We'll leave sharpness, frame generation off, we'll leave texture quality, ray tracing on, ultra. We're gonna turn on path tracing. Let's get all the joy there. Crowd, everything else looks good. Do we have motion blur on? Yeah, let's turn motion blur off. Okay, there we go. So let's just see how gaming temps are on this. Make sure that we're good there. Yep, okay, perfect. Go ahead and hit run benchmark. There we go. Okay, here we go. So looking at 81, 82 frames per second. GPU temp 53, CPU temp 61. And again, this is just DLSS with path tracing, transformer model. Running it beautifully, right? Like this is like everything at max. Wow, it looks really good. There we go, jumping up to 93. GPU temp went up a little bit. CPU temp went down a little bit. There we go, 55 frames per second. So again, very, very good for multi-frame gen. We're gonna do multi-frame gen right there. So we can do here now. Let's go to settings. Turn on frame generation. We're gonna have to hit apply and then restart. Go and quit, restart the game. There we go. So this is, let's go ultra. Off. But I'm wondering if I go back. No, it doesn't do it. Oh, yeah, okay, so see that? Like, see, look at the reflections now. So look at the reflections now. And if I go here, There, see? Did you see that? That's what ray tracing, there you can see it like really clearly there. Like the moon and the reflections, like see how, that's what ray tracing does. So I'll do it again. So like it's all blurry. There's no other reflect, like you don't, like even this is like, and then you go like this. See how even like you can see the umbrella, all that sort of stuff. So that just gives you an idea of what transformer is, and like even like, look at how the moon, like as you walk, how it changes. Like the reflections of the person. It's like one of those good places to actually show it. And we don't have frame gen on right now. But yeah, like big difference in terms of how it looks. Especially when you have like the lights and all that sort of stuff. So this is actually a good place to kind of show it between the two if you ever wanted to see it. Anyway, guys, that is it for me. Have an absolutely amazing night. We'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye, guys.